So what do I plan to do with them? So Malk's gone off on a little trip again today. He's gone to Shopping Sea with a friend. And I'm pottering. Let me just have a look. Oh, there's more than I thought here as well. I forget. I've got something called winter sunbreak here, which consisted of safari pants. Now that I'd like to try knitted. Polo neck gansey. Losing the voice again. Polo neck gansey. Scoop neck tunic, a v-neck slip over and a string vest. I don't know how the string vest comes into it, but quite often a string vest over a simple vest tee is good, isn't it? A denim jacket and a denim skirt. A long dress. Could do that, couldn't we? Can't read that one. It had been a shawl, but now it's changed. Bodice. I know, camisole. And a pair of socks. I don't often do socks. So there's a winter sunbreak. The summer sunbreak includes a safari pants again and a zip neck gansey, a string vest, a crochet top, a scoop neck tunic. Oh, actually, I have split them into men and women. That's interesting, isn't it? So the safari pants, zip neck gansey, string vest, crochet top, and scoop neck tunic. And then for a woman, it was a crop top and berry, shawl and bikini, scoop neck tunic, cargo pants, string vest, tunic, bikini, white, camisole black, edge to edge jacket black. I'm surprised myself when I read back what I was thinking about in 2008. I've got Safari Queen or Jungle Jane. The difference almost 20 years, eh? Does. Cricket slip over, safari jacket, cargo pants, string vest, crochet tunic, denim jacket, denim skirt, camisole, shawl, bikini. So that's his summer. I'm losing myself here. Let's go on to the Café Society, which I said. So a button polo. Now what I designed was, let me just find it in the book. And I had actually made this one. Oh, come here. Where are you? Is that one there? Can you see that all right? If I just come in. So a button polo. Yes. They've got quite large sleeves, haven't we? Ooh. Boop. So there's that one. There's a crossover tunic, which is basically that one. Looks as if I've done stripes on them, doesn't it? Fair Isle sweater. I'm not going to show you any more Fair Isle sweaters. Well, they're not exactly Fair Isle sweaters. I have done what I would call a lace isle and a mosaic knitting colourwork style. The cotton Angora top, I made this as well. It came out pretty nice. I liked it. Let's see if I can find it. Oops, a bit further on. What page did I say it was on? Number 40? Yeah. There it goes. So it's got a back there, and then it has it coming round here and buttoned at the front. Or was it buttoned at the back? Buttoned at the back. A V-neck vest. V-neck and vest. What number was that? Yeah, look at the page numbers, girl. You've page numbered them. Ah, yeah. Just a simple V-neck vest over a shirt. A chunky bag. Well, big wool. You could do several strands of double knit together and make a big wool bag. I don't think I did anything spectacular with that picture wise. No, it's gonna be that there, isn't it? That sort of idea. I don't know how I'm going to work that one, but I'm sure I can think of something. A long A skirt. You don't need a picture of a long A skirt because we did that lovely. We could actually use the pattern of my favourite yellow skirt that we did the other week in acrylic, you know, with the panels. I'll put a picture up there just to remind you. We could lengthen it, just leave it long, or just leave it at that sort of over the knee length. Either or. A long collar raglan. Don't remember that one too well. Oh yes, that one there. A long collar raglan. A beret. We've already done one of those. We can do it again, but in cottons or other yarns, but we have done that one. And a shawl, which is page 28. Yeah, the shawl with a bikini. I'm going to tell you something. I did actually make a bikini for someone once in cotton. It was a crocheted bikini by a Rowan designer in one of the Rowan magazines. Can't remember which one it was. So yeah, that has been done. Can be done again. So yeah, things like seaside living is more your Gansey style. And I did a crew neck, polo neck, a zip neck, a scoop neck. So plenty of ideas there. Denim City. Well, any pattern can be transferred into a denim design just by changing the colour of the wool or getting the denim style yarns that are out there. Cardi, dress, coat, skirt, short, that sort of thing. I've got hiccups now thinking about it. What was some of the other winter breaks? Yeah, and I have designed for men. It's not just women, but in the winter breaks I've got a long coat and a chunky tunic and long cargo pants. I don't know how on earth I could imagine I would do long cargo pants, but there you go. Crew cardigansy and a hat and warmers. Now let's look at the long coat if I can find it. I didn't put the page numbers on that one. But I could make a long coat for a lady and a long coat for a man. Oh, come on, girl. You've got to be here somewhere. Ah! Yeah, this was the one for the lady. But you could make that into a long coat for a man. Yeah. Autumn breaks. For the woman, well, we've done Aaron Cardi's and Aaron skirts in 2020. Well, Aaron Cardi in 2022 and one earlier this year. But an Aaron skirt is similar to the one I call my bottom warmer. So we could change that up a bit and make it longer. A short coat, a chunky tunic, and a hat. Yeah. I have got a denim jacket on the needles at the moment, but which I haven't finished with yet, so I suppose that needs to be got out and finished, doesn't it? There is one that I really would like to try doing, and that's this one. It's a polo neck, sleeveless polo neck with a shrug to match. Yeah, that's one I would like to do. I don't know if I've put that anywhere in my yeah. I've called that one Glam Dram. And I've actually put down that I'd like to knit that in gold. And when I mean gold, I mean the sparkly ones, sparkly gold. Now, 2024, and you'll be seeing these coming out now. The yarns are coming out with flecks of lurex running through them, I suppose. So yeah, something like that would be really good. And the shawl and stuff like that. Even just something like a string vest in gold over a black vest t-shirt or whatever. I like that sort of thing. Yeah. So in 2008 I was thinking up some combinations, but back to 2023, which is actually 15 years later. Boy. So I've had a bit of a quieter week this week, so I can focus on some knitting. Oh, I can hear the birds singing outside, out the back. The window's slightly open, that's why you can hear it so much more. Well, I can, I don't know if you can. Yeah, so I've had some time to focus on a bit of knitting, and I've done quite a bit. Last time I was working on this, I was around the collar. Now I'm actually running out of wool. Well, the main sort of colour wool. Let's just have a little look. You can see now where I've got to. Can you see the feather-like points? Oh, there you go. Oh, it keeps coming and going. But the colour changes have worked out quite nicely. And now I've done kind of a feathery point at the bottom. So now I'm working down in the plain towards where I split for the back and the sleeves. I think because of the lack of yarn on this one, I didn't get an awful lot of yarn, but I'm using up what I had left from my other late aisle. So I'm being very relaxed today. I've got my knee up. And it's sometimes good for my back, actually. I find my back feels better if I'm much more relaxed in how I sit. So I think I've got about, where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got about another 5 rows, another 5 rounds, and I've got that amount of yarn left. I don't think that's going to work. So I'll see where I get to with how much yarn I've got left of that colour. Then what I'm deciding to do is change the colour change the colour change. Can't say that twice. Alter the colour changes. We were always taught you can't use the same word in the same sentence. It shows lack of vocabulary. It's hard sometimes. So alter the colour changes. See what I mean? So that's where we are at the moment. This is where we are at the moment. I'm deciding whether I should. Oh, it's in the paper bag here. So I've got some of the cinnamon left, haven't I? I've got a bit of the mist, which is in this one. Oh, I've got some of that left, some of the flame left. I've got some of the lime left, which is that one there. But there's a new colour that's not been used yet, and that's this one. And I think that was that the pistachio? It has that kind of nutty look to it, pale green with a heathered look. So there's those. So I could use that in the bottom. What else have I got? That's all I've got left of the neck colour. Then you see I've got a couple of, I'll put these in a little bag for you, but I could use these up actually. I've got, oh, I could use a bit of that, couldn't I? That's the mantilla. Oh, I think I might use that next. Then to go with the pistachio, there's that one, the chartreuse, and then the lime. We could do a little stripe section with that, couldn't we? That would go quite nicely. Woo, this is getting quite exciting. Designing because you've run out of wool is quite good. What else have I got? And then finally, I've got cinnamon, the flame, and the coral. So we could do something with that as well. I don't know how I'm going to do it though. I'm not really with the when it comes out, when the design comes out of my head, I just let it happen. I just knit and then join in a colour. Do I want to do it a stripe? Do I want to do some actual fair out patterns, or do I want to do some more mosaic knitting, which that is? I've got the book. I've been looking at some charts. That's this book here. There you go. I've been looking at this book here, so we'll have to see. And I'm thinking it's been raining, so it'll be a bit too muddy to put my lettuce plants and my pea plants out, but I'm thinking I'm going to do that in the next few days. And my next garden video will be coming out soon. I can't do anything with my tomato plant yet because the greenhouse isn't finished. You can't put tomato plants out here. The reason being, the wind is too strong. Yeah, in times gone by, I have put netting around them. But no, it just kills them. I had some pepper plants out as well at one point. I had to because they were growing so big, and I was trying to sort out a little shelter for them all. But the pepper plants got blight in the end, because after they'd grown for a little while inside the greenhouse when it was first built a couple of years ago, all these little white flies came on. And went to the tomatoes as well. But what I have learnt is because it's so windy here, the spores of whatever land on the tomato plants if you have them outside, and that's what gives them blight. But I never grow tomatoes outside. Every time my husband tries to put them outside, I'm saying, no, they have to stay indoors or else we'll lose them. So somebody nicely has given me a tall tomato plant, which is already flowering, which she's grown in her tunnel. These tunnels are very good up here. There's a company, I think in Shetland, that builds them or makes them. And a lot of we Orcadians, well, I'm not an Orcadian, but we in Orkney buy them to set up on the island here because they work so well in Shetland. I did watch a video. I'll see if I can find a link to the video of, I think it was a Hugh's garden video where he visited someone in Shetland who had one of these PVC tools, and oh, what she grew in there. Made me wish I'd got something bigger, but I've only a small plot at the back, so I have to have a little micro plant nursery. But that's more fun because I have grown a lot of seedlings in there, and anyone who knows me here will have got quite a few little plants and grown them on. I just get a packet of seeds and go wild with them, and then find I've got too many seedlings. So then I have to gift them. That's fine though, isn't it? Or maybe I could make that into a little business as well and sell my little seedlings. That's another thought. I'm trying to think of ways of you know, making a little money. Oh, because, you know, you get to a certain age and you don't want to give up working. But you know your limitations. So I'm doing the things I know I like the best. Bit of gardening and knitting. Well, I've done a lot of knitting in the past couple of years, probably more so than gardening. Gardening took a back seat last year and I didn't feel up to it. But once the garden, the greenhouse is up and running, we'll see what we can do. We've been a bit late with that this year, so I'm a bit sort of concerned that being a short season, I'm not going to get much done. But I'd rather get the greenhouse back, it's true. I think that was the wrong video for this, wasn't it? Supposed to be talking about knitting, but you see, gardening encroaches, I'm afraid. Maybe I should knit in the garden in my next garden video. Oh, we had a laugh last week on my very first garden vlog. Someone commented that they found it difficult now to do much gardening, and I said, well, you should have seen the clip of me trying to get up off my cushion because of my knees, my arthritic knees. Gosh, I'm only 62 and I feel as if I'm talking like somebody much older. We're getting round, we're getting round. And then I might join that in. That's not good. That's only going to do about a couple of rows, I think, 2 or 3 rows. But that's okay. That'll take me up to dividing. I might just put it in as a little pattern with another colour to make it look as if it should happen, if you know what I mean. I might go down to the pistachio green with it, and then we can start the next colour range. Oh, did you see I used the word range, not change? Have you got fed up with me talking yet? I'm going to go and have a brew in a minute because I've not had my second one this morning. Do you like my quilt cover on the back? It's not actually a quilt. I cheated. All the designs on that back cover there are on my Spoonflower shop. They're all my designs. In fact, actually, if I put my knitting down and I turn around, you can have a little look. Take the cushions away. There are two sides to this quilt. So all those designs are on my Spoonflower shop. I call them my prairie designs. There's a bit of a log cabin, blue and yellow there. But I like some of the muted colours. I am a bright colour person, but I do like some muted colours, particularly this kind of a range. On the other side is another, shall we say, cheats quilt, using the blue and yellow combinations. They're all my designs, and they're all on my Spoonflower shop. So if you ever want to go and have a look, I'll put the link at the end of in the description, or go to my link tree. I always put my link tree in the description, and the Spoonflower shop's on there. But yeah, this never used to be here, but I quite liked it, and I like it for sitting and doing my knitting. As Malk said, by now everyone knows that that's your corner. Yeah, unfortunately. I says to Malk, well, you can sit here if you want, because there's a cushion in front as well, so I can put my feet up there, and I've got the TV over there, so I can sit and do my knitting and watch the TV. I'm right next to the light, which is great, and I've got a long sofa down there. So Malky will sometimes sit there with his feet on the other cushion and watch TV with me. Or he sometimes sits in the Spanish. I got a Spanish chair. It was second hand in a local shop, and it's made in Spain. Go on, shall I show you? There it is. I love the actual shape of it, and of course the colour. Ooh, there you are. I'm back again. I'm back on my sofa. I never said that this week, did I? I am back on my sofa. I've been back in the office, I've been back in the garden, and now I'm back on the sofa. And I think that's enough for you this week. I'm sure you must have got fed up with the yattering by now. Yeah, so we've had some interesting delivery today. Gone through a few different designs that I would like to try. And I'm still working in progress on my, I'm not calling it a Fair Isle sweater, I am calling it the Mosaic knitted sweater. And what am I wearing today? Well, I'm wearing one that you will have seen in episode 12. In fact, it was one of the first sweaters I made back probably in 2021 more than 2022. But if you go to episode 12, you'll see all the things I knitted in 2022. All the things I knitted in 2023, I think is going to be quite interesting. But, you know, we talk about stash and people's guilt feelings about their stash, but I got rid of all my stash last year, and my stash was mainly combs. I inherited a load of combs. And I also made some blankets using a lot of my scrap yarn. I'm developing some more scrap yarn though, but that will go in a blanket, I'm sure it will. Even if it's not this year, it'll be next year when I probably do a blanket. Yeah, so that's been an interesting little discussion. So the stash busting Well, I've already done that, and I'm starting on new stuff. So I'm sorry if that's not helping you with your stash busting, but maybe it gives you some ideas of what you can do with your stash. Yeah. I think that's it really. Hope you've enjoyed our little chat this week, and I'll catch up with you next week. Please watch my gardening series. I hope you enjoy them. It just shows you a little bit about what we can grow in Orkney, what we try to grow in Orkney. Oh, I've got one little thing I can show you, and actually it comes up in my videos quite often. We've quite often seen my Christmas cactus, haven't we? Yeah. But this fella has come in to shop before, but have you seen how tall my avocado's growing? And it's getting some new leaves again. Even it's too tall for me now. And some little leaves in the back. Yeah. My avocado. Amongst the pots and the pans. Yeah, so I'm off to make a brew now. Keep knitting. Oh, and before you start knitting, I forgot to mention that yesterday was Wednesday, May the 17th, and in Orkney that's a celebration of Norwegian Constitution Day. Thought you might find that interesting, so I've put a little bit of video at the end for you, because there was a parade, a little bit of a parade yesterday, and I got this little bit of film from my mate Jonathan Porterfield, who was just happened to be in the vicinity and caught a bit of film of it, and he's kindly let me have it so I can put that on the end of the video for you, because I thought that would be quite interesting. I didn't realise that we in Orkney celebrate the Norwegian Constitution Day, and I think it's mainly because we were once, we once belonged to the Kingdom of Norway up until the 1400s.